What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video here on the channel, and today I am not going to be doing any sort of gameplay, but I have been wanting to for a while do a big video talking about my entire history as a trophy and achievement hunter. I primarily play on PlayStation, so we'll go through my trophy collection. I've tried to record this video a few times and just never really liked where it went, so I'm trying it a bit differently. I'm sitting in front of my PS5 here, and we'll go through from the bottom to the top, from my last trophy earned to my most recent. And we'll see how it goes and if I can actually like what I've got. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. So, right here at the bottom of the list, we've got the PS3 version of Skyrim, and ultimately, this really isn't even my game. I've attempted to play Skyrim a few different times, to be honest, like a good few different times, and I've gotten a little further each time, but it's never really gripped me. Nothing about it grabs me in any way. I'm just not very interested, and I've only tried to play it because it's a big game that everyone seems to love, and I'm like, it does nothing for me. And to be honest, I just don't really like Bethesda. But at the time when I first got my PS3, it was my PS3, but my sisters as well, you know, being older than me, could get their own games and play it. Like whenever I was at school and like they weren't, or they weren't working or whatever. So yeah, this was mainly my sister's game. Then we have Gran Turismo 5, which is a game that came free with my PS3, and I tried it out. Let's see, what date was that? Let's go to earn date real quick. Yeah, I tried it August of 2014, so effectively 8 months after getting it, because I got the PS3 on Christmas 2013, so at the end of the PS3 generation. And I tried it just for a little bit, realized, wow, I don't like this. Which I should have guessed, because I tried playing Gran Turismo on the PS2, and didn't like it then. But I gave 5 a chance and didn't like it at all, so yeah, there's that. Then next on the list we have NCAA Football 13, and back when I actually cared about sports in any way, I primarily liked college sports, and I really liked college football at the time. So I have a bunch of those games. I also have a bunch of Maddens on the list as well. So yeah, I played a good bit of 13, NCAA 13 that is, and there's not much else to say. I wasn't serious into trophy hunting yet. I've always been a little bit of a completionist. Like, again, a little bit, like very casual when it comes to that, but I didn't really find my footing with it until later. So yeah, that's just sitting there, 19%, not much else to say. Then we have my first platinum trophy, and that is Sly Cooper the Thievius Raccoonus for the PS3. And yeah, I ended up getting the Sly collection a year after I got my PS3, so I got that Christmas on 2014. I asked for that, and just a few other games had been out for a while, and thank God I did, because I asked for those. I asked for the Sly collection, the Jak and Daxter collection, and PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. And I don't know about PS All-Stars, but I know a lot of the like HD collections from the PS3 generation, I know those have actually gone up in price quite a bit, so I'm glad that I actually asked my parents for them, like, shortly after getting my PS3, when, you know, the prices were still very reasonable. So, yeah, like, they were just, like, you know, good prices for a used copy of those games, you know, so that was pretty cool. And I got the Sly collection, and I had already, thinking back, I don't think I had ever done everything on the PS2 version. I can't remember if I beat the game on the PS2 or not, actually. I know I didn't beat Sly 2 or 3 on the PS2. I can't remember if I did on for Sly 1. But regardless, I got the I got the collection, immediately started Sly 1, and just, what was it, 2 days later? Yeah, Christmas Day I started it, earned Sucker Punch, Into the World of Sly Cooper, and then December 27th, just 2 days later, I got the Platinum. And that, for a long time, actually, was my fastest Platinum ever. Because I technically did it in a little less than 2 days. So it, like I said, it's like my fastest for a while. But after that, we have Madden NFL 12, and like I said, there's not much else to say. Basically, the same stuff applies for this as it does NCAA 13 earlier in the list. I just actually liked sports and cared about American football at the time. So, yeah. But now I'd be much more... But now you'd find me... But now you'd be more likely to find me listening to American football than playing this game. And for those of you who don't know, that's American Football, the Midwest emo band. Anyway, whatever. My jokes aren't funny if I have to explain them. But yeah, not much else to say there. Madden 12, like I said, I actually cared about football at the time and sports at the time, and I played it just because, yeah, I wanted to. But then after that, we have my second Platinum Trophy, which I earned very shortly after Sly 1, and that is Sly 2 for the PS3. And I think I started it shortly after finishing the first game. Yeah, the same day I finished the first game, I started Sly 2. And I took more time with it, finishing it near the end of January the following year. So January 2015. But yeah, of course, Sly Cooper is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and Sucker Punch is genuinely one of my favorite developers ever. So yeah, I was so happy to get the collection and get the Sly 2 Platinum and actually get a chance to finish it. Even though, my PS2 copy still works, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, I don't know, I just never finished it on the PS2. Can't tell you why, I just didn't. Also, something I can't tell you why, as you'll be able to see on the screen, 1% in Jack 3 for the PS3. Why? I have no idea. I have gone through and I have completed Jack 1, the Precursor Legacy, numerous times. Jack 2 I finished. Jack 2 I finished. But Jack 3, I've gotten halfway through the game twice on PS2 and PS4. But for some reason, number one, I've never finished Jack 3. I know how this trilogy wraps up. I know the ending and what happens in the game. But yeah, I've never actually finished Jack 3 myself. And on top of that, when I first got the Jack collection, I started Jack 3 because it was the game at the time. I started Jack 3. It's okay, I'll get further in there. And I earned one trophy just for catching the kangaroo rats at the beginning of the game. And then I didn't do anything else. So it still sits at 1% for no explainable reason. So there's that, yeah. I really couldn't tell you why. That still eludes me to say, like I said, I don't have a good reason. But after that, we move on to another game that my sister put on the trophy list, and that is Alice Madness Returns. And like I said, that is her game. She was playing it at the time. I don't have anything to add. And you may be wondering, why didn't she just make her own profile? I have no idea. No idea, to be honest. Couldn't tell you. Because she has her own PSN too. So yeah, no idea. Well, I guess at the time she wouldn't have had her own PSN, but still that doesn't explain why she wouldn't have made her own PSN at the time. So yeah, I don't know. But Alice Madness Returns on the list, but her game. I never even opened the game, the app. So yeah. Then we have my third platinum. Now, using PlayStation here, they won't actually be in platinum order, but I can throw that on screen or whatever using PSN profiles later. But my third platinum, I do know for sure, is WWE 2K14. Now, I mean, I put so much time, so many hours and days into this game. You know, this was the game that made me finally ask my parents for something, you know, because I didn't really ask for it very much as a kid, to be honest. I just didn't. But, and at the time, you know, I had a Wii, and being a wrestling fan for so much of my life, I was actually perfectly content with playing, like, WWE 12 and All-Stars and 13 on the Wii, like, totally fine. But, for some reason, or not for some reason, but yeah, when they announced that 2K14 would only be PS3 and 360, I was like, oh, well, I want this game. Like, I am firmly hooked into the WWE games at this point. You know, like, I want this game, so I finally just asked my parents for something. They completely blatantly lied to me, said they couldn't do it, then they did it anyway. But yeah, so I got they lied, but surprised me on Christmas with a PS3 with this game. And yeah, I put so much time into it, loved every second of it. And it took less, it took less than 2 years for me to get the plat. Which is funny because little did I know, because I don't think I knew at the time, but little did I know that they would end up shutting the servers down that same year in 2015 for 2K14. Because the game came out, obviously, October 2013, and the way that both WWE and NBA 2K servers work is 2K normally leaves the servers up for like a year and a half. There are some exceptions, like 2K19, obviously the servers stayed up longer, and then when 22 came out, the server shut down. But yeah, I love this game so much, and it's not my favorite wrestling game, not by a long shot, but it's a really good game. It's still a lot of fun, and it is kind of like the peak of like this style in a way. Even though Universe Mode is nowhere near its best here, but that's a different conversation. But yeah, 2K14 Platinum there. Then we have Madden 13, which funny enough is actually another game I got with my PS3. It was like, I think my sister bought this game for me. I have no idea why. I wasn't even super into Madden at the time, to be honest. But yeah, she just got that game. Got Madden 13. And I played it a lot, but I barely earned any trophies. But I have so many fond memories of this game. And yeah, like I have so many fond memories of Madden 13, playing it with Tyson, so much, and I genuinely still do like the way this game plays. I don't know if I could still play it now, because even in the brief moments I've played the newer EA games, like, I find it hard to even, like, snap the ball and, like, scan the field as the quarterback. I find it hard to even do that now, and, like, to actually, like, see the receivers running their routes, and I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't really played it in a long time. Maybe, like, there's just something about the way the newer games look, and, like, the Frostbite engine and stuff. Like, I don't know. But, yeah. I do have a lot of fond memories with this game. So, yeah, that's there. Then next up on the list we have Ratchet & Clank: A Crack in Time, which is a game and the whole Future Saga, I wish I could say I liked more than I do. Like, I wish I liked more. But, like, as much as I love Ratchet & Clank and I love the PS2 games, and, you know, I even had fun with, like, Rift Apart, for example, but I don't know. There's just something about the Future Saga that's just never clicked with me. And I've tried, like, every Future Saga game. You know? Like, that's one where I'm like, what is going on exactly, you know? Like, I don't really get it. But, yeah, so A Crack in Time is here. I did get it, played it for a little bit, like I said. But, yeah, the Future Saga just never clicked for me. And I can't really explain why. It just never did. But after that, we have the PS3 version of WWE 2K15. And, wow, like, I actually... Funny enough, after hearing... So, okay, I was told at the time, because, like, everyone at the time, like, the creators, the creators, especially in the WWE Games community on YouTube, everyone was saying, oh, hey, like, the good version of 2K15 would be on PS4 and Xbox One. And I'm like, oh, well, if the good version of the game, if I can't play the good version of the game because I wasn't about to ask for a PS4 or an Xbox One a year after asking my parents for a PS3, like, I'm not doing that. No, that's ridiculous. Especially since, like, there were so many games on the PS3 that I had never experienced before. So yeah, like, wasn't even a thought in my head. I'm like, not doing that. So I decided, okay, like, I'll just stick with 2K14. That's what I did. Which, by the way, side note on all of that it's super funny that everyone's like, oh, hey, the good version of 2K15 is only on PS4, Xbox One, and now the conversation is completely different, by the way. Everyone's like, oh, hey, you know what, 2K15 on the PS3 and the 360? Low-key, kind of rules. Like, at its core, it's more 2K14, but that gameplay style is still good and is fun, unless you just really like the simulation style. And I like the sim style, but I do have my issues with 15. But anyway, yeah, so the PS3 360 version of the game, yeah, it's 2K14 at its core, but it also has some cool stuff that is also exclusive to, like, the PS3 and 360 version of 2K15 that wouldn't even appear in other PS3 and 360 games, the other two, 16 and 17. You know, it's got Who Got NXT, it's got Proving Ground with John Cena, it still has the showcase mode. It still has the story collection and universe mode, which I still don't understand why they removed that after 1 year. But again, different conversation. But yeah, like, I did end up really liking 2K15. I actually ended up buying it off of a friend at the time, because she didn't want it anymore. And she had it. So I'm like, yeah, you know, so I figure I can, like, just, you know, occasionally throw some of my lunch money or whatever, like, to her and, like, pay it off in payments, I guess. And yeah, just work it out that way. And I had a lot of time. I had a lot of good times with this game. Tyson and I also played this one a lot as well. Ultimately, though, I also don't like this game for one reason, and that is this hidden trophy at the bottom of the list. You'll see it on screen. Wrestling Heritage. Complete all the objectives in 2K Showcase. This is one I've done so many times. But for some reason, this trophy on the PS3 version specifically, and I don't even know if it's glitched on the 360 version of the game either. I don't know. But specifically for this version of the game, this trophy is completely glitched. And what makes it even worse, it's glitched because of a patch. A patch glitched the trophy. Which is so messed up. So because of that, and I didn't get the game until after that patch was out, I did all the objectives, and trophy never popped. I looked it up, and yep, other people had the same issue. That's what everyone had figured out. It's like, oh, hey, yeah. Somehow, like, the patch that came out glitched the trophy. And that's so annoying. And ultimately, I could totally do it now, but, I don't know. Do I even want to do it? Like, I don't know. But ultimately, yeah, it doesn't really take away from, like, the good times I had with the game. But after 2K15 for the PS3, we have the PS3 game Fairy Tale Fights, which is stupid fun. Like, it's stupid, wacky. A lot of people would say it's not even a good game, but I played it with my sister and her then boyfriend, and we had a good time. Like I said, it's stupid, wacky fun. And it has no business being as fun as it is, but yeah, we had a good time. But after that, we have Little Big Planet, and I like Little Big Planet, but I never really got super into it, so, I don't know. Like I said, I like it, but I've never actually finished the story mode, even. And I never actually delved into any of the, like, creation part of it. Even, like, the playing the custom levels, I never did that. So, I don't know. But Little Big Planet's there, followed by Little Big Planet Karting. Same kind of thing, except obviously people don't like this game because Sony basically told Mod Nation Racers to go die for this game. And people loved Mod Nation Racers. I never played it. I only play I only play Little Big Planet Karting a little bit. So not much else to say there, but then we have Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus. But yeah, we have Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, which, same thing with A Crack in Time. The Future Saga never clicked with me, and again, I'm sitting at 0% here, as you can see, but for whatever reason, like I said, the Future Saga never clicked with me, and I started playing this game, but lost interest before I even earned a trophy, which is so dumb because it's a short game, too. But like I said, not much else to say there. Eventually, I will get the Future Saga another shot, but just not now. But then we have Digimon All-Star Rumble. I'm not a huge Digimon fan. In fact, I'm really not a fan at all. But this game, I started playing it, earned a couple of trophies, and it was a fun time for what it's worth. Then we have the PS3 version of Assassin's Creed 3, and this is another game that I've tried playing quite a bit, and I've never, ever gotten very far. In the PS3 version of the game, I remember I re-entered the Animus, got that one trophy, the very first trophy you get just for starting the game, basically. And, I did the whole section with Hatham on the boat, and I got to America, but I didn't know what I was doing. I think that was actually my first Assassin's Creed game. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just in colonial America, riding around as Hatham, and I would just start killing all the redcoats. All the British soldiers. So, yeah. There's that. But yeah, I've tried multiple times, and we'll see it again later, but yeah, the PS3 version sits there at 1%. Sitting at 3%, but still just one trophy earned, is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, for the PS3, obviously. And yeah, again, now this is one that I'm interested in, but I very briefly got a chance to play it, started, lost interest quickly, but I'm interested in it now more than ever, and I just don't have a good way to play it. Because the collection itself, I think, is really expensive, and while I could buy it digitally on the PS3 store, that's still up and running at the time of recording anyway, but also, then I have to use the PS3 store and deal with everything that comes with that, and, it's annoying having to, load money on, some other way and then go to the PS3 store. It's a whole process, and I don't want to do it right now. But yeah, eventually I might do it. Who knows? Then we have WWE All-Stars, a game I love. Not only is it literally one of my favorite wrestling games ever, genuinely, it's one of my favorite games ever. I love this game so much. And it's the one game that personally, if I could put the servers back online for any game, just so I could get the online trophies, it would be for All-Stars. Normally, I don't care about stuff like that, personally. Again, I like trophies. I'm a trophy hunter at the end of the day. But if I start a game, but I'm not opposed to starting a game I know I can't get the platinum. And honestly, I do actually like seeing imperfection in someone's list. Just seeing someone with all 100%, it's not it's impressive, sure, but it doesn't interest me that much. It's oh hey, okay, everything's 100%, cool, good for you. You put in the time and effort to do that. So again, great for you, but I like seeing the imperfections in a list and saying, oh hey, what games do you like or love that you played but you can't get the platinum for? Or what made you stop playing a game? Or whatever. I like seeing those imperfections in the list. But yeah, All-Stars is one for me where I so desperately wish I could have the platinum. I want it. That's the one game that I'm I can't have the platinum, and I want the platinum for it. I really do. But I will move on. Because next up we have NCAA Football 11, and this one, there's a little more to say than the other American football games on the list. Just because, I actually, when I was younger, I actually really liked this game. I put a lot of time into it. I had a longer running Dynasty in here, and not super long running, but I put a good amount of seasons in there, and I genuinely like this game a lot. Also, for whatever reason, if you are into American football and like playing the games like Madden and NCAA, for whatever reason, if you are interested in trying to get a platinum for any of them, Madden and NCAA 11, both, you can get the platinum for. There's no online trophies in either list. Why? I have no idea. In EA's other games that came out the same year, there's online trophies. But those two, no online trophies. So if you want, you can get the platinum and do with that what you will. But then after that, we weirdly have the exact same number of trophies earned, both 4 silver, 12 bronze, like with NCAA 11, at the same percent obviously then, Ratchet & Clank all for 1. And this is a game that I do like, and I always have a good time with it, but I don't like playing it solo. You can, at least for me, I think it really is a game that's very clearly designed to be played with at least one other person, and it's just, to me, not as fun if you're playing it by yourself. But eventually I might go through and at least finish the story in it. So who knows? Maybe. But then after that we have Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault. I put it in and tried it for a bit. It's a tower defense game at its core, and I don't really fuck with tower defense games, so yeah, not interested in it. But then we have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Again, I played it briefly, but just stopped playing it. And the thing is, I'm not a huge fan of superheroes either, so I'm a little interested, but not interested enough to try and track the game down, find it, and then play more of it. So there's that. Then we have the PS3 version of Madden 25. And again, that actually is basically the same as every other game minus NCAA 11, which is one I did really like. But yeah, again, I liked football at the time. And that's the original Madden 25, by the way. You probably understood that when I said PS3, but still. Just clarifying. The original Madden 25, the 2014 game. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it at the time. Put some time into it. Played it a bit. But not much else to say. Then we have the PS4. Then we have a PS4 game on here, and that is NBA 2K16. I only tried this out just because it was free on PS Plus at the time, and I still don't even know why outside of that, because I've never been a huge fan of basketball, actually. And the basketball I did enjoy was actually a little bit more of college basketball, to be honest. I remember watching that a little bit when I was younger. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I thought I would enjoy it because I did actually enjoy a little bit of the older NBA Lives, but then 2K's not NBA Live and never has been. So I don't know. I tried it out, free on PS Plus, earned a trophy, and that's it. Moving on, we have the Infamous 1. And I don't know why I've never actually gone back to get further. I played the demo, really enjoyed it. I like Infamous a lot. And I've finished the story, and I've at least finished the story of every game, except the first one. Again, I know exactly what happens, with Jak 3. I know what happens, I know the story, I know the plot points and everything. But yeah, I've never actually finished Infamous 1 for myself. And I don't know why. Don't have a good answer. I will eventually. I will go back and get the platinum for this. I cannot tell you when, but I will. Then we have Castle of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. And it's just a cute little 2D platformer. Well, kind of 2.5D. It has some 3D elements in there. But yeah, cute little platformer with Mickey Mouse. Not much else to say. I love platformers, so yeah, I was thrilled to be able to play it. Then we have Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey. And this is one that I've been thinking about for a while, and I did end up getting, rebuying the PS3 version of it. So yeah, that will happen eventually. I will go back to it eventually. But yeah, I like this game. This was actually my first taste of anything Oddworld. Funny enough, like I didn't grow up with like Abe's Odyssey. Which, by the way, this is also funny because like this game plays, I think, differently to like every other Oddworld game where it's actually a 3D platformer, which is hilarious. And I am very interested in this game. Like I said, I've thought about it for a while, and I do want to actually play the game again and actually finish it. So that'll happen at some point. But then we have Knack 1, obviously, and now, okay, memes aside, Knack is not a bad game. It can be a bit boring, a little bit generic. It's not a bad game. I didn't put too much time into it at the time. I do own it physically, so I can play it literally anytime I want. And I will eventually play through the entire thing, but, you know, Knack is there. Then we have Call of Duty Black Ops, which originally got put on the list because a friend I had in one of the schools I was in let me borrow it. So I started playing it, and I was only remotely interested just because, like, the friends I had in that school were into COD. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, sure, I've never thought about playing it, but I'll try it. And I didn't really like it. And then, at some point, I would end up trying it again. I don't even know where that second copy came from, and I don't think it's mine, and I don't think I have it. But I know at some point I would try it again, and I would get a little bit further, but not very much, and I would just give up on it. Because, like, I don't really like first-person shooters that much, and I certainly don't like Call of Duty. But I at least tried it. And then we have the PS3 version of The Last of Us, and it says 5%, as you can see, but I have finished the game on PS3. I did. I beat the game on easy the first time, then went through and beat on hard the second time. But that's all I did. I didn't attempt the collectibles or anything like that. I just played the game, and it was the first game that it was the first time that I played it, you know? And of course, I loved the game. I've done basically everything on Remastered, minus finishing the multiplayer stories. I really want to, but at the same time, I'm like, do I want to go through the grind that is finishing both the Firefly and Hunter journeys when the only people that would be playing factions now are like the hardcore players who are like really good at it? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. But maybe it's still possible. Then we have the HD version of Ratchet Deadlocked, and number one, this version of the game, not very good. Horribly glitchy, and if you play in 2 players, the frame rate is god-awful. But I still had a good time with it nonetheless. And funny enough, I could have gone for the Platinum here. It's only at 31%, but I could have gone for the Platinum here. I just didn't. Because for some reason, I remember getting to the final boss, dying a few times, and deciding, you know what, okay, I'm good for now, and putting it down. And then I just never came back to it. And again, I can't tell you why. I just never came back to it. And now I don't even because I was playing it because I had someone else's PS3, PSN on my PS3 at the time. So I didn't even actually have access to the game, or I had access to the game, but I didn't own it. So now I don't have access. So now I literally don't even have access to the game. So and the HD version was only released digitally. So yeah. It would be another one where, while the PS3 store is still up, I'd have to go and, buy it again. Or buy it for the first time, and then I wouldn't have to... And then I'd have to start over completely, because I wouldn't have the save file. And it's something I could do, but will I? I have no idea, to be honest. Then we have, I think this was like a free game at the time on PS3 called Shakespeare's. I earned a trophy. It was dumb, kind of fun. That's about it, really. Then we have the PS3 version of GTA 5. And what can I say about GTA 5? This is a game that, for whatever reason, I've put so much time into the story specifically of GTA 5. I've played the story a lot, and it's gotten to a point now where, without even thinking about it, I just get the urge to do another run through of the story of GTA 5, and that started with playing it over and over again on the PS3, and then that became a thing when I got it for the PS4 as well. So yeah, I can't really explain much about that. It's just I don't know. I can't tell you why the only GTA story that's actually clicked with me is 5. I can't tell you why. But it is, and yeah, it's become this annual tradition for me to just play through the story of GTA 5, which reminds me, I have not done that this year. So we'll see how that goes. But it's a game I like a lot. I'm never getting the platinum for it. That's not happening. I refuse. I'm not doing it. I don't like Rockstar's trophy list. I don't like... I love collectibles, but I don't like Rockstar's collectibles. They are just completely mindless. They really don't add anything. They're not they have no way of tracking them. They have no way of being able to, find them on your map. And, that's not always a bad thing. And, I like the idea of actually, exploring the world to find the collectibles. But when you have this tiny fucking collectible that is super easy to miss, and you have this big-ass world where they could literally be hiding anywhere with no way to even help you remotely find them, is awful. And I don't want to do it. And I know what you're saying, well, just follow a guide. And no, I'm not doing that, because also, what makes me a weird trophy hunter, I don't like following guides. I really don't. I have for some games, but in general, especially more recently, I don't like playing games with guides, I just don't like doing it. And also, again, I'm just not interested in platinuming GTA 5. GTA is a game I'm totally content with, just putting a bunch of hours into, loving every second of playing it, and being content with that. Rockstar's games are games that I have I'm not worried in the slightest about completing them. Not at all. Then this is... But after that, we have NBA Live 10. I played very briefly with my mom's then boyfriend. And yeah, that's about it. Not much else to say there. Then we have the next platinum on the list, and this is actually my 4th platinum, and that is the PS3 version of Jak and Daxter and the Precursor Legacy. It's a game I love a lot, and there's not much else to say. It's just a game and a franchise I love a lot. And I knew I was going to get it eventually, and I did. And then right after that, we have Jak 2 sitting at 52%. And yeah, I got about halfway through Jak 2 PS3, and I don't know why I never went back to it. I do have the platinum for Jak 2 now. I have the PS4 platinum, but yeah, I don't know. I never sat down and got the platinum for it, and now I'd have to restart because my original PS3 is just dead, so I don't have the save file anymore. Then we have GTA 4, which 2 trophies are earned, 2%, sitting at a very low percent, obviously. And yeah, I know people love Nico's story, and I'm interested in trying it again. I also don't own it physically, so I can't. But yeah, it didn't grip me initially. In fact, I only have one GTA 4 trophy, and the other one is just one trophy in the Lost and Damned. So there's that. Then we have Call of Duty World at War, which is not my game. That would have been my mom's boyfriend at the time. Same thing with MLB 15, the show. I've never been into baseball. I did have this fun softball game, like PS1 softball game, when I was a kid, but outside of that, never been interested in baseball. Not at all. And then we have what some might be the biggest question mark, maybe even the biggest red flag on the entire list, and that is Sly 3 PS3, sitting at 91%. And, okay, so I've got a story with this. I really do. And Sly 3 on the HD collection, for whatever reason, I don't know, like, I tried, but for whatever reason, there were 2 Master Thief challenges that just broke me. They broke me, I couldn't do them. I actually started raging a little bit, which is so funny because Sly 3 is not a difficult game in the slightest. Well, okay, it has moments that are difficult, but in general, it's not that bad. But yeah, there are 2 Master Thief challenges that just broke me. I would actually start to rage a little bit. I would get so frustrated. I couldn't do it. And I put it down. And I originally wanted to start a series that I was going to call... Well, I was going to flip the name of it. Some episodes would be called The High Road. Others would be called The Low Road. And it was going to be basically my take on Adam McDermott's Platinum Journey, basically, where I wanted to just go through and document my experiences getting platinums in games that I love. And where the episode title was going to come from was if I thought getting the plat for a game was a great experience, the episode would be called The High Road. But if getting the plat for a game ruined my experience, it'd be called The Low Road. And you'd be able to tell in that way how I felt about it. It would be similar to, like, if you're familiar with, like Fantano, the Needle Drop music creator, right? If you're familiar with him, some people know how he feels about, like, a specific album or song or whatever based on, like, what color flannel that he's wearing in the video. And, like, they'll see that in the thumbnail. It's like, oh, okay. So he feels this way about this. And and that was kind of the idea there, too. And I think I still have this, and, like, I started writing a script for that, but I never actually finished it and got the platinum. And, yeah, I don't know. And it's one that I want to do now, but again, I don't have the save file anymore. My original PS3 is dead, and that's why I don't have the save file anymore. And while I do have a new PS3, I'd have to completely restart. And, like, I just did the PS5 version of Sly 3, getting the platinum, with the much better list, by the way, too. So I know I can do it. Both lists make you do all of the Master Thief challenges, so again, I know I can do it. So, and I want to do it, and I will, but I just... Not now. Not now. I don't feel like playing the game again. Even though I love it. In fact, I enjoyed playing the PS5 version so much that I actually think Sly 3 is probably my favorite now of the whole series. I really like Sly 3 now. Then we have another game that was my mom's boyfriend at the time, Modern Warfare 2. Then we have MK9, which I put a lot of time into, actually, but I only earned 3 trophies. Which probably makes sense, to be honest. I don't know. But yeah, MK9, it's Mortal Kombat, a lot of fun, a lot of gory, stupid fun, and yeah. It was a great time. I've never played the stories in Mortal Kombat, though. Well, that's not true. I started the story in one of the PS2 games, or maybe a couple of the PS2 games, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't progress. But I started them. But then we have another game that's not mine, and that is Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. Same thing with this Cabela's hunting game, not mine whatsoever. NCAA 10, I don't know if that's mine or not, to be honest. I don't remember playing NCAA football 2010 at all. But it could have been me? Like I said, I have no idea. Yeah, that's one that I don't know. It could have been, but I also could... Like, it could have been me, but it also could have been someone else. Then we have Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, which I started, played a little bit, and then put down. Then we have Midnight Club Los Angeles. Not me. Not my game. Same thing with NBA Jam. Same thing with Madden 10. I did not play that at all. Then we have the first Splinter Cell on the PS3, a part of their HD collection. And while I'm interested in Splinter Cell, and I like it a lot more now, this wasn't me. This wasn't me at all. Again, like, that was my mom's boyfriend at the time. But then we have Arkham Asylum and Splinter Cell Blacklist. I did actually finish Arkham Asylum and did a lot of the Riddler trophies. But again, if I ever wanted to finish it, I had to completely redo the game. So, it's possible, but not worried about it now. I like Blacklist, and I do own it, but I didn't know anything else about Splinter Cell. So I started it and put it down. Here's another game that I wish I could say I liked more than I do, and that is Batman Arkham City. I actually really like Arkham Asylum. It's the one that really gripped me and led me to wanting to like push through and finish it. But Arkham City has never really done it for me, and I've never actually tried to play Arkham Knight. I do own it, but yeah, I've never tried to play Arkham Knight either. Because I'm like, well, I mean, the stories connect, and I'm like, I mean, I should probably do Arkham City, and like, I don't know. Again, I know everyone says Arkham City is the best one, and I wish I liked it more than I did, or more than I do, but... And I'll probably give it another chance, we'll see. But for now, the PS3 version of that game sits right there at 14%. We have a game that I played with my family a lot at the time. You don't know Jack. Again, I like trivia a lot, so it's just really cool, fun trivia game, actually. And I completely understand why that, among other mini-games, were put together for the Jackbox collection. Then we have the game That's You, which I played like one time and never touched it again. And then we have my 5th platinum and my favorite game ever, Life is Strange 1. I love Life is Strange. I love this game. It connected with me in the absolute just best way at the perfect time. And yeah, I love this game so much. It means so much to me. And yeah, that's right there. But then we have the Jackbox Party Pack, like the first one that came on disc. Again, played quite a bit of it, but that's really it there. The next few are not mine, and that is Sniper Ghost Warrior, Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, and Call of Duty Ghost. None of those are mine. I didn't play any of those. None of the trophies. They're on my account, but I did not earn them. They are not mine. Then we have NCAA Football 12, which I played for a little bit. Then we have Sniper Elite 2, which, again, not my game. But then we have Mortal Kombat 10, which I played a little bit, but didn't do very much. Madden 15, not my game. I did not play that one. But then we have my next Platinum on the list, which is Uncharted 2 Remastered. I did the Platinum with a few of the Extended Collection trophies. And that's about it. Again, I like Uncharted 2 a lot. And I love Uncharted. So, yeah, I know I want to get the Platinums there. But then we have Rayman Legends. Which, again, I like Rayman. I like Rayman Legends a lot, but I haven't actually finished it. Then we have The Evil Within, which is so funny because I have a friend who I only got the game because I had a friend who really wanted me to do a Let's Play of it. I started that Let's Play, didn't get very far, before never picking it up again, and then deleting those Let's Play videos. But I have promised that same friend that eventually I will play it again. So again, like I will. Eventually I will. I'm not gonna promise when, but if that friend's watching, you know who you are. And again, yeah. I'm not gonna promise anything, but I will say I will at least make the attempt again. We'll say that. Then we have what I'm pretty sure is basically just a mobile game that got ported into the PS4, Starlit Adventures. It's okay, but again, it really does feel like a mobile game. Then we have Beyond Two Souls, which is honestly my favorite David Cage game. But yeah, that's not much else to say. I like Beyond Two Souls a lot, actually. But that's really all I got. It's just, I like it a lot. Then we have Crash Bandicoot 1, part of the Insane Trilogy, and I like the game a lot. And I actually, when I first played the game, liked it so much that I actually got into like the speedrun scene quite a bit for the game. I didn't submit any runs or anything, but I started like started following the scene a little bit, and like looking at like speedrun strats for like the time trials and everything, and I like this game. And I know, hot take again, but this is my favorite Crash game. I like the way it plays. I like the simplicity of it. And I don't really like the added mechanics and mini games of the other games. I still like the other games, but I don't know. There's just something that really clicked with me with the first game. But then we have Heavy Rain, which I've watched Let's Plays of the game, so I know the story, again, similar to some other stuff earlier. But I've never actually finished the game myself, and I do want to. I just haven't gone back to it. Then we have WWE 2K18. Being a wrestling fan for as long as I have been, I've played basically like every WWE game like under the sun at this point. And I've played a lot of other wrestling games too. And yeah, I mean, I don't love 2K18, but I do like it. And I put a lot of time into it because I put a lot of time into most of the games. But then we have another Platinum Trophy on the list, and that is the Ratchet & Clank Reboot, the 2016 game. And gameplay-wise, it's a lot of fun. It just feels like good, polished Ratchet & Clank gameplay. Again, I do have an issue with the story. I do, but we won't get into that. I mean, obviously, anyone that has an issue with the story of the game has probably watched the video from the Gaming Brit about it. Watch that if you haven't. He explains it perfectly, the issues with this game compared to the original. Anyway, yeah. We have another Platinum Trophy, and that is the PS4 version of Precursor Legacy, which I think is, on this version of the list at least, I think is the first game that I've Platinumed twice. But again, yeah, I love the game, and I actually did a Let's Play of it to get the Platinum too, so that was really cool. Then we have the PS3 version of Uncharted 3, which is up here because a year before they shut down the PS3 online servers, I went and got the Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 base list multiplayer trophies. There's only two. They're the same in both. And that's just play one competitive and one cooperative online game. I did it in both, got those trophies. So eventually, when I do go back to the PS3 versions of the games, I can in fact get the Platinums. And I'll do that at some point, just I can't tell you when. Then we have a game that I've been itching to replay for so long, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Tomb Raider 2013. I like the game a lot. I've played through the story a couple of times, and yeah, I've been itching to replay it for actual years at this point, and I keep putting it off. And I don't know, maybe I need to do a Let's Play of it, actually. Maybe that'll be my excuse to actually replay it like I want to. But yeah, I don't know. I like the game a lot. But this is another one, like, I am not interested in getting the Platinum whatsoever. I am not putting myself through the multiplayer grind with completely dead online servers. Not happening. Not happening whatsoever. I mean, when the servers for the original release of the game were basically dead at release, I think that says something. But regardless, then we have Madden 16, which may be on here because this might be the first example of a football game that'll be on my trophy list that I played with Tyson just because he wanted to play it. I think that's the reason why. So he brought it over and we played it together at the time, but that's the only reason why it's here, because this is definitely around the time that I stopped giving any sort of a shit about sports, period. Not just football, but sports completely. I lost all interest. And, like, I hate to say I grew out of it, because, I mean, like, sports isn't really something you can, like, grow out of, but that is, like, probably the best way to describe it for me. It's something that, like, it's something I liked a lot as a kid, and just, again, lost all interest in it as I got older. But then we have another Platinum that is Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Again, I actually really like this game. It's a little bit longer. It's not as long as Uncharted 2 and 3, but it's longer than the first game. And it's a lot of fun. I like this game a lot. Then we have Madden 11, which I went back and played a little bit, I think, just because, again, you can get the Platinum whenever you want to. So that was probably the reason. Then we have Madden 17, which, again, I think is about the same reason as Madden 16, like, playing it with Tyson, but maybe I played it a bit by myself. Maybe, I think so. I actually don't remember disliking this game either, by the way. Then we have Madden 19, which basically everything here would be, like, specifically, like, because of Tyson, I think. Like, I might have played it a little bit myself, but in general, it's, like, Tyson doing Denver versus the world, basically. Then we have Madden 18, which, again, would have been specifically just because of, like, playing it with Tyson, I'm pretty sure. Now, admittedly, on my second account, my second PSN, I did actually play through all of Longshot, and I do think at least Longshot 1, like the first part of that story, I think is actually a pretty decent story mode in a sports game. I was not mad at the story mode at all. Again, never played the sequel to it on Madden 19, couldn't tell you. But I liked the first rendition of that. But in terms of, like, the main list here, I'm pretty sure it would have just been, like, playing it with Tyson. That makes the most sense to me. Then we have Spyro 3, which the only reason it's at 0% is just because, I don't know, I still haven't gotten around to finishing Spyro 2. I know, shut up, I know. I like Spyro a lot, but I don't know, I wasn't enjoying Spyro 2 quite as much as the first game at the time. Maybe it was just, like, the kind of, like, headspace I was in, I don't know. But eventually I'll go back to Ripto's Rage, and then I'll start Year of the Dragon. Then we have the first Hitman, like, reboot, which I played for a bit because it was free on Game Pass, and I like the game a lot, and I like stealth games a lot. In fact, I actually just recently bought the deluxe edition of Hitman 3, which comes with, like, the campaigns of both Hitman, the campaigns and levels of both Hitman 1 and 2, the first two reboots. And yeah, that was cool. It was, what was it? Like $50 cheaper or something? It was supposed to be like $100 and it was like $44. So, well, I guess a little more than $50 then. But yeah, it was significantly cheaper, and I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about this game. I watched the PlayStation Access Christmas series, Hitmom, and I'm like, oh, yo, this rules. And just got the urge to play it, so yeah, that was cool. Here's another game I wish I could say I like more than I do, but I've never really been a fan of Sonic, so Sonic Mania having one trophy earned shouldn't really be a surprise. Again, like, I've tried so many times, but yeah, the fact that I've never really been a fan of Sonic probably does not help my case at all when it comes to, like, that. And then we have NCAA Football 14, the game that, you know, lasted for, like, 11 years or whatever it was. And yeah, it's a good game. I still enjoy it. Um, but again, I just don't really like sports anymore, so I can't really see myself going back to play it. But it was a lot of fun for what it was, or for like when I actually cared about sports anyway. Then we have Dark Souls 2, which I remember getting just because like I saw it at like a local store that doesn't they had their own like electronics section, but they definitely weren't like that kind of store, you know. So yeah, like I saw it there, just grabbed it. I grabbed Dark Souls 2, and I'm like, okay. And I think that ended up being like the first Dark Souls game I tried. I might have tried Bloodborne before this. They were right around the same time, and I just don't like Souls games. Like none of them have clicked for me at all. I didn't like this game. Bloodborne didn't click with me. I know. Sue me, I know. Elden Ring didn't really click with me either. The only one that really does interest me actually is Sekiro, and that's just because like I really love the idea of like parrying being like the game. You know, like I like the idea of like Sekiro being like, you know, parrying the game basically. I like that, and everything about it does interest me. So it's on my wish list currently, and I will try it eventually. But we'll see if that one clicks with me. But it could end up like every other FromSoft game that just doesn't interest me. We'll see. Another game, again, I wish I could say I liked more than I do, and that is Shadow of the Colossus. It's the remake, the PS4 game. And I want to like this game. I really do. Especially because, like, I tried playing Eco as a kid. I rented it from my local library at the time, and I didn't know what I was doing, but from the little bit I put into it, I enjoyed it. And now I just don't have a way to play it. But yeah, I liked it, and hearing that Shadow is a prequel to that game, I'm like, I want to like Shadow of the Colossus, but I've tried playing it a couple of times, and it's never stuck with me, unfortunately, because I want to like it. But then we have Detroit Become Human. I've done one full playthrough, so that's why it's sitting at 60%. I enjoy the game, and I do want to do another run through. It's about time. It's because I finished it when? Was it 2019? Yeah, 2019. And like I said, I enjoy the game quite a bit, but and I will play through it again just because, like I said, it feels like it's about time, but you know, not on my mind right now. Then we have The Last of Us Remaster, which, like I said, I've done basically everything. I've done Grounded, Left Behind. I have all but 2 trophies here in the base list, as you'll see, and that is the Firefly and Hunter Journeys factions. I really want this platinum. I do. But I just, God, I don't know if I can be, I really don't know if I can be bothered to go through and like suffer through the grind of finishing both journeys when, again, the only people playing this game online now are specifically the diehards who have never stopped playing. Like, I don't think I can put myself through it, but I do want to, so we'll see. It might make for interesting content, so we'll see there. Then we have Overcooked. Again, this one was free on PS Plus at the time. I like Overcooked, but again, it's a game that I don't think is great to play by yourself, even though you can. And it's cool, like I said, or it's cool that they give you the option, but yeah, you can tell it's not the way to play, you know? And I'm sure some of like the 3 stars on the levels you probably can't do by yourself. I'd imagine. Like, you may technically be able to, but it's not feasible. Then we have another platinum here, and that is Life is Strange Before the Storm. I enjoy this game. I'm not a huge fan of the Deck 9 Life is Strange games. I think they're okay. I do think Deck 9's best Life is Strange game is True Colors. Even if it's a really safe game, honestly, like, they don't really try anything. They don't really try to say anything with it. But I do enjoy it. And I think it is the best one. I love the LARP section in that game, especially. Um, and I do want to replay that game as well. I've been really itching for that too. Um, like, I have the 100% on Xbox for it, but I own the game physically just because I wanted to, like, own them all physically. And yeah, what can I say? It is one where, like, I want to play more of it. I want to play it again, maybe get the platinum for it. But it's a game that I do like True Colors. I like Before the Storm. But I do think Don't Nod is the superior dev team when it comes to, like, Life is Strange and, like, that style. But I like Before the Storm. I have the platinum, and I actually have the 100% over on Xbox for Before the Storm Remastered too. Then we have Fallout 4, which, again, I just don't like Bethesda's games. I've tried it a few times. Never clicked with me. Like I said, I just don't like Bethesda. I'm going to be honest. Dauntless is here because, actually, the friend that wanted me to do a Let's Play of Evil Within, I started playing Dauntless with them, and it was fun for a time, but they just kept playing it more than I did, and then that's it. And now I hear the game's going offline, and apparently there's like some crypto bro shit and all sorts of shit like that. I don't know. I stopped playing it shortly after it came out. It was fun for the time, but I couldn't tell you anything past, again, what was it, 2019 when I started playing it? Yeah, 2019. So, 6 years ago, almost. Then we have the PS4 version of Madden 25, which is only up here just because I tried to start a rip-off series of Tyson's Denver vs. the World series in this game with Atlanta, because like, they were my team at the time. Even though even at this point, I didn't care about sports anymore, but I still tried, because like, that'd be funny content. And then I didn't continue it, because why would I? I didn't care. I mean, the videos themselves were alright, but like, if I'm not enjoying the game itself, why would I do that series, you know? It was kind of a dumb decision. Even though I did like the thumbnails I made, where like they were just like a blatant rip-off of the thumbnail I had made for like Tyson's Denver vs. the World series, because in the short video he sent to me to upload introducing that series, for the first video of the Atlanta vs. the World, I took that same thumbnail, just put a big old red X, and put Atlanta Falcons versus the World, just because, yeah, like, this is a blatant ripoff of my best friend's own series on the channel. But yeah, like, it's no surprise it didn't continue, you know. I did think it was funny, though. If that means anything, I thought it was funny. Then we have a few more platinums in a row, 3 of them. That is Until Dawn PS4, Uncharted 3 Remastered, and SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. Until Dawn is just, you know, a horror game I actually like. Hopefully I said horror and not horror. But regardless, it's a horror game that I do like. And yeah, that's it. I liked it enough that I did the platinum. That I got the platinum. Uncharted 3 Remastered. Again, I like Uncharted. I knew I wanted to get all the platinums, so I got all of them for Remastered. And the only reason Uncharted 1 is not here, even though I did that one first, is because I actually went and did the speedrun trophies finally for that one. So, or at least one of them. I think there's still another one. No, the Extended Collection only has one speedrun trophy, doesn't it? Because it's... Well, I guess one is like Donut Drake and one is beating it in a certain time. But regardless, yeah, so Uncharted 3 there. And then we have SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, of course, on the PS3 trophy list. Another wrestling game you can still get the platinum for. Because there's no online trophies for it. And yeah, I knew I wanted this one. It's not one of my favorite games, but it is the first wrestling game I ever played. And it has such a soft spot in my heart. I love this game so much. I've put so much time into it on both the PS2 and the PS3, and now the 360 as well. Because yes, I do own 3 copies of this game. But I've played them all. I put a lot of time into the PS2 and the PS3 specifically. I put a good bit of time into the 360, and that was how I was originally going to continue my Universe prequel series that I started in the game. But I've just been having so many issues with capture card stuff, so I'm like, I haven't tried to go back to it. But yeah, I love this game, and I know I wanted to get the platinum for it, so I did. And then we have SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, which is a game that, again, I love a lot. It's a great game. It does improve on the entire SVR series, to be honest. It's not my favorite SVR. I understand why it is for a lot of people. I think I still personally put SVR 06 above it, personally, just because I love 06 so much, and like the first iteration of GM mode is my favorite. I love that first version of GM mode so much. And yeah, but 11 is here. I've done basically everything. There's just a couple other offline trophies that I can do that I haven't done. Then we have Madden 20, which is quite literally just there because of playing it with Tyson, and I ended up earning Move Master, the easiest goddamn trophy to earn in the game, that I think is like in every game that EA puts out for Madden. So yeah, that's why that's there. Then we have Fire Pro Wrestling World, which is a game I love so much, and I would like to get the platinum. I just have not got around to doing that, but I've done so much of it. I put so much time into it. I love this game so much, and if you are a fan of like simulation style wrestling in your games, again, Fire Pro does not look realistic, but the match quality you will get most of the time will be so good. Will be so good. And I do highly recommend, again, if you like simulation style wrestling, play Fire Pro. It doesn't matter which one you try. You can try any of them, but Fire Pro World will be the easiest to access. It's the most accessible, so get that one. And yeah, there's that. And then we have another platinum, and that is WWE 2K19, which I earned in September of 2019, so just under a year from the game's initial release. And I love this game. In terms of games I have like the stats for, in terms of like most hours played, this is the highest. I know it's not the game I put the most time into, it's just the only one I have those numbers for. And I put well more than 500 hours into this game, which I know some people will have way more, especially if they're playing on PC with mods and all of that, but I love this game. Tyson and I had our universe mode in here that we started again. I really wish that series could have continued, but our schedules, again, have just been so different for so long. We just couldn't get together to record. And I've actually been getting the itch to make wrestling content again, and universe mode specifically. So I might end up getting 25, even though I don't like the gameplay style they've moved to. We'll see. I still have to think about that, but I do want to make wrestling content again. I've really been feeling it as of late, so we'll see how that goes. But then we have Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I liked the game, but I don't know. I just, again, put it down and haven't come back to it. With how much I like 2013, as well as the start of this game, I will eventually go back to it. Then we have WWE 2K20, which is WWE 2K20. And that's it, really. It's there. Then we have Infamous First Light, which I've done everything but the challenges in the arena mode. And I do want to do them. I just haven't got around to doing them, but I at least finished the story part of the game. Then we have the Deadpool game, which is just a fun Deadpool game. That's it, as we know. And again, I want to finish it. I just haven't got around to doing that. Then we have another platinum in SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, and I love this game. That's it. I love this game. It's a great early season SpongeBob love letter, and it's just a super fun collectathon all the way around. And yeah, it was a blast to get it. Then we have The Last of Us Part 2. I played it upon release, played through the entire thing, played through the whole story. And I've got a lot of things I have wanted to say about this game that I just have not done so. Maybe that could be a video in the future. We'll see. By the way, for the record, I do like the game, so if you're thinking I'm going to shit on the game, that's not going to happen. But we'll see. Maybe a video later. Then we have probably one of the biggest travesties on this entire trophy list, and that is Ghost of Tsushima at 1%. I've earned one trophy, which again, I know I said earlier in the video, Sucker Punch is one of my favorite developers ever, and yes, I did say that. But I was in a weird spot in 2020, to be honest. And I just couldn't find it in myself to keep playing it. I don't know. And it's been haunting me ever since. Like, I can literally see the game right now on my shelf. Yeah. So, yeah, that I will play it at some point. But, yeah, like I said, it's been haunting me ever since. But then we have another game that's on here specifically because Tyson wanted to play it with me, and that is Madden 21. Moving on. Then we have WWE 12, which I did jump back into for a little bit. Sometime in 2020. And yeah. I like WWE 12 a lot. I played so much more of it on the Wii, to be honest. And honestly, it's a great game. It's not the best WWE game, nowhere near, but I have always liked this game. It's a lot of fun. And it's right there. Then we have Unravel, which I've played more of on Xbox. And that's it. I've played more of it on Xbox. I prefer Unravel 2. But I like both a lot, and I will eventually play more of them. God, I would love the Unravel 2 Platinum. It's going to be so hard. Like, especially those time trials. The no-death runs, I think I can do easy, but... Or not easy, but I think I can do them. The time trials, though, I just know, like... They are so strict. But I want to do them. Then we have GTA 3, which is... I started it, it didn't click with me, and that's it. It is the original release of GTA 3, though. I did buy that, triple pack they had on the store at the time that gave you 3 San Andreas and Vice City. So it is the original emulated versions, or ported versions or something. So there's that. Then we have Rocksmith, which I have no idea why I even started playing it on here. Like, again, I have no idea why. I played it way more on Steam. But for some reason I started it on here. And then we have Firewatch, which is a game that I love a lot. Super great game. Highly recommend it. Check it out if you have not. By some chance. Because I know a lot of creators Let's Played it. So if you somehow missed it, check it out. Then we have Ape Escape 2, which... Only thing I'll say about this is... Well, I like it a lot. But only thing I'll say besides that is... Oh, implicit conversions. Please let Ape Escape 2 be one of the games that you're working on. Please fix... I mean, not fix it, but, like... Please put this on the new emulator. Get it working. Please. That is all. Then we have the Slide minigames, which I eventually went back and cleaned up in, like, 2020-something? 2022. I eventually cleaned that up. Then we have Twin Mirror, which is a Don't Nod game. I like it, and I do want to go back and get the platinum for it. I just have not got around to doing that. Then we have WWE 2K17 for the PS3. I went back and did everything that I could, and what's funny is I'm at 97% missing one trophy, and that is for just playing 100 matches online. And the thing is, I put so much time into this version of the game specifically that I realized at a certain point, you know, back in the day, if I would have just taken all of that time I put into the game and played online, I would have the platinum for this game right now. which I'm not even upset about. Like, I just have to laugh, to be honest. Because that is the truth. I put so much time into this game, genuinely. If I just put all of that time, or even some of that time, into playing online, I would have this play 100 matches online trophy, and yeah, I would have the platinum. So yeah. But honestly, I think it's just hilarious to realize that, to know that, and to always, forever see that 97%. Like, would it be cool if I had the 100%, the platinum? Absolutely. But it is funny that I don't. It's super funny, honestly. Or maybe it's only funny to me. But hey, whatever. Then we have PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, which I jumped back into for a little bit around the same time. And yeah, I like the game. But that's it. I like the game. Then we have the PS4 version of 2K17, which I jumped back into just to like earn some more of the trophies there. Then we have Legends of WrestleMania. I hate this game. Moving on. Then we have Horizon Zero Dawn, which again is another game I wish I liked more than I do. I've tried, again, quite a few times to play this game. And again, it just does not click. I can't explain it. It just does not click. And I wish it did. I want to like this game. But I just don't. Then we have Burnout Paradise Remastered, which I just occasionally like jumping back into just because it's kind of fun. I couldn't ever imagine myself getting the platinum for it, but I like jumping into it occasionally just to drive around, see what I can do. Then we have the PS3 version of WWE 2K16, which I have so many memories with. It's where my original universe mode started, and I've talked about that so much on the channel. But yeah, I have a lot of memories with this game. I do love it for like very sentimental reasons. And it's here, and it's right here. Then we have Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Again, I don't like this game. I know, again, hot take, but I hate the way this game plays. You can say skill issue. I'm not denying that, but I hate the way the game plays. But then we have Concrete Genie, which is a game that I started, liked a lot, and just put down. It's another one, I can't even tell you why I put it down. I just didn't. Or I just put it down. I just didn't continue it. But I do want to go back to it. After that, we have Days Gone. And it's another game that just didn't click with me. I tried it and it didn't click. Then we have another game I love, and that is What Remains of Edith Finch. I love this game so much. Again, like Firewatch, I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you've somehow not experienced this game, play it. Experience it. And if it doesn't break your heart and make you cry, there might be something wrong with you. I'm not going to say there is something wrong with you, but there might be something wrong with you. And that'll be for you to figure out. But then we have BioShock, a game that actually, despite not liking first-person shooters, I did like. I put it down super early and haven't come back to it, but I did have. But for what I played, I did enjoy it. So, who knows? I could go back to it at some point. But I mainly checked it out just because it was free on PS Plus. Then we have Jak 2, which is a platinum I talked about earlier. And yeah, I like Jak 2. I like Jak 2 a lot. In fact, I think it's crazy. The amount that I enjoyed going for the platinum on Jak 2, I was so shocked. And the amount of times that I didn't struggle with like notoriously hard parts, I was super surprised about. So yeah, I really like this game, and it also now might be my favorite in the original Jak trilogy. Then we have Jak X Combat Racing, and Jak X I like, and I've played quite a bit more on the PS2, or not quite a bit more, but a good bit more on the PS2, but I just mainly started it on the PS4, just to try it again, and I like it, and I'll go back to it at some point. I just haven't done that. Then like I said, here is, once again, more than halfway through Jak 3, 55% of the trophies, and then I put it down again. Will I ever actually finish Jak 3 myself? At this point, who knows? Stay tuned for the next episode of not doing that. Spyro the Dragon Platinum, part of the Reignited trilogy. I like Spyro a lot. But funny enough, it actually took me a while to finally get the platinum here. I don't know why. I started it back when it came out, put it down, I think started it again before. Yeah, I got it when it came out in 2018, did a good bit, then put it down, to come back to it a few months later in 2019, to put it down, to come back to it a couple months later in 2019, then I eventually came back to it in 2022, and then got the platinum. So that's a ride. And again, I don't know why. I like the game a lot. I just, for some reason, couldn't sit down and finish it. Which is weird, but whatever. Then we have Infamous Second Son, which I like quite a bit. I did my first run-through on the expert difficulty, and then I finished it up doing the evil playthrough. And I know I did that flipped. Most people say you should do your second run-through as evil on expert. But I'm glad that I didn't, because for some reason, playing evil, I found to be harder with the powers. I don't get why. They're supposed to be more chaotic and do more damage and like all sorts of stuff like that. I don't know. For some reason, I had an easier time actually playing with the good powers. So I don't know. But yeah. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah. That's the way I ended up doing it. But I got the platinum for it. And I like Second Son. Again, I don't think it's the strongest game in the series, but I do like it. But then after that, we have Spyro 2, which I talked about is there, and eventually I will go back to it. Then we have Medieval, which I do like. I like this game. It's the remake, I can't say the remake, obviously, because it is... the original is available with trophies on here, too. But it is the remake, and... I liked it. It has this really spoopy atmosphere. I like that a lot. But again, I just put it down and didn't come back to it. Then we have Minecraft Story Mode. Cool. Then we have Infamous 2, which I initially played the Good Path Story Mode a few years earlier, and I will eventually get back to the evil path. But the reason this is up here right now is just because I went and did the online trophies, all the UGC missions, the user-generated content stuff. I did all of those just to guarantee I could get the platinum for when I wanted to. And yeah, I'll go through and get the evil run done. Though, to be fair, I probably would have to actually do both runs again, because I didn't know what I was doing, and I was basically trying to play neutral at the time during my first run through. So there's that. I was a little bit stupid, let's just say that. Anyway, then we have Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. We got the platinum there, as well as Ratchet & Clank Ouya, Up Your Arsenal for the PS3, and Ratchet & Clank 2 Going Commando as well. Those are all 100% platinums. And yeah, I like all three of these series a lot, and I got the platinum for those. And then we have Ratchet & Clank 1 on the PS3, and of course HD Collection, right here up above the rest. And I don't know why. It's my favorite Ratchet & Clank game. I love this first game. I love everything about it. Well, not everything about it, but I love the game. It's my favorite, and I literally just have some more skill points to do, and that's it. But for some reason, I just never finish the skill points. So, yeah. But again, now I have to completely restart, and I just don't feel like doing that right now. Then we have Rock Band 2, which I like Guitar Hero and Rock Band and got way more into them a few years ago than I already was. So we have Rock Band 2, Green Day Rock Band, Guitar Hero Live, all right there. Then we have WWE 2K16 for the PS4. Then we have Sackboy: A Big Adventure, which I do want to play more of, and I will eventually, just haven't got around to that. Then we have the PS4 version of Skyrim. I bought it because it was cheap digitally, and I'm like, okay, I'll try it again. It got a little bit further, but it still just doesn't click with me. Then we have Resident Evil 2, which I do like, and I do want to do more of. Again, I just haven't done more, but I'll get around to it eventually. And then we have WWE 13, which, again, I like this game. But I also hate this game for the amount of people who keep talking about this game being so great, and they're only saying that because of nostalgia, when this game does not hold up very well, especially the AI. The AI in this game is so fucking brain dead. Like, the way the computers play in this game are, again, brain dead is the perfect example. Like, they're so stupid. Like, I don't know what Ukes did in the code, but they are so... the AI is so stupid in this game. But I went back and did everything that I could. So now it's 80%, and it'll sit there forever just because I can't do the online. And that's fine. And then we have Mafia 3, a game that, God, I wish I had the Platinum for. But I can't tell you the amount of times I've played through this game. Genuinely, I've played through so many times. But it's a completely glitchy mess. As we all know, or as most of us probably know, they fixed the trophy list, and then when the Definitive Edition came out, it broke it again. So, yeah. I'll probably go back to it at some point, just not now. I can't be bothered right now. Then we have Family Feud, which I wanted to play Family Feud, so I got it, and I played it for a bit. That's it. Then we have Stray, which I started... The issue is Stray, I haven't got around to buying myself, so I started playing it on my sister's boyfriend's PS5. Because he had it, and then I'm like, okay, I'll try it for a bit. I did. I like it. I'll eventually buy the game and finish it. I just haven't done it. Then we have Super Meat Boy, a game that I would love the Platinum for. Will that happen? No. No, it will not. There is a 1% chance that I will ever get the Platinum for this game. But then here's a game that, I really love. I want to get the Platinum for it. And I know people say it's the weakest Rock Band game. It's Rock Band 4. I know. But you know what? I like the game. I like the way it plays. I don't really have issues with it. Again, I'm not denying that the other Rock Band games are superior. But I like this game. I like its on-disc set list. Like, there's so many songs that I really like from it, you know? Both new and old. And yeah, I think it's a solid set list. I mean, obviously, it's not like the high-powered hits of Rock Band 1. It's not like the experimental nature of the set list in Rock Band 3. It is not just the all-timer, like, both hits and deep cuts of Rock Band 2. It's none of those. But I like the set list of Rock Band 4. I like Caught Up in You by 38 Special. I mean, I kind of wish that Harmonix would have done Hold On Loosely. But Caught Up in You is still good. Then we have Somebody Told Me by The Killers. We have Paramore. We have Gin Blossoms. And the list just keeps going on. And hell, we've got motherfucking Dream Theater, man. Even if I'm not a huge Dream Theater fan. I like prog, and I've grown to like Metropolis Part 1, so it's cool as hell. Though, the thing that's really holding me back from the Platinum here is, like, there's multiple trophies, but the one that really holds me back is the getting 5 stars on the entire on-disc library on Expert. I've got 2 songs to go. It's Dream Genie and it's Metropolis. Now, I've been really close on every instrument, basically, on Metropolis. I just can't put, like, the finishing touches on, like, a run to get that 5th star. Dream Genie is not happening. Like, I can't do it. Like, I've practiced... Like, I typically don't actually take stuff into practice mode, but I've done that for Dream Genie, and I'm convinced I can't do it. Now, really, I know I can. I just have to keep trying and keep practicing, and I will get better and be able to do it. I know. But right now, I'm at a wall, and it feels like I can't do it. And that's what I'll say. Moving on, we have WWE 2K23. After first getting 22 on Xbox, playing that for quite a bit, but still being one of my least played wrestling games ever. Just because of all the issues I had with it. I got 23, played it for a bit, Did quite a bit, actually, but again, I don't like the direction Visual Concepts took the series in. And that's it. Then we have Fight Forever, which I do fundamentally like a bit more than 2K23 and 22 and 24, etc. The recent WWE games. I like Fight Forever. That's AEW Fight Forever, if I didn't say it. Another wrestling game. Fundamentally, I like it more. I like what Yuke's was doing. But I remember seeing the tweet that Brian Williams, longtime wrestling game developer, sent out years ago at this point, saying that they were playing, that Yuke's was playing, like Here Comes the Pain, and some older games, but specifically name dropping Here Comes the Pain, saying that like they were getting inspiration, and like I truly believe that if this game went for a more Here Comes the Pain style, I think it would have been received better. I mean, there's still other issues with it, for sure, that probably would have still been a thing and held it back. But I don't know, like, personally, I don't really fuck with the AKI N64 type games. Like, I don't really care for them. I'm definitely more of like the SmackDown series, and Here Comes the Pain I think is hands down easily the best wrestling game ever made. Just yeah. But I do think as a whole that style would probably sit well with people a bit more. And it's also weird to me that like the higher ups in AEW at the time, like, you know, like Kenny, who we know was like helping development, Cody as well at the time, and probably like the Bucks and some of the others in AEW as well, like they were pushing hard for like the N64 AKI, that style, and they wanted something to be like the spiritual successor to No Mercy. They like said that's what they wanted, that's what they pushed for, and I'm like, but why would you push so hard for that when the team you're working with literally had no part of that? They worked on like the competition, you know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know, I wish they would have gone for a Here Comes the Pain style, but Fight Forever I did enjoy for what it was, but I can't see myself really going back to it, to be honest. I just liked it a little bit more than I liked the recent WWE games, which isn't saying much. The bar is like in hell for me with that, so there's that. But then we have the PS4 version of SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake, and again, another like spiritual successor to Battle for Bikini Bottom. I like this game. It's a super fun, newer, original story for a SpongeBob game. It continues on like the gameplay style and everything of Battle for Bikini Bottom. Looks great, plays great, super fun collectathon. Highly recommend it. Even if you don't like SpongeBob, I think it's still a good time. But if you like SpongeBob, it's also just great and hilarious. But then we have the PS4 version of 2K15, which is up here because I earned some more trophies. I actually don't remember when I started this. Well, I mean, it says like September of 2023, but I don't remember doing it. I'm gonna be like very honest here on the last trophy earned. I thought it was up here because I originally recorded a bunch of footage for a series I was gonna start, that just is not happening now. That footage won't ever see the light of day, but it was originally a plan. But then we have Psychonauts, which I started playing, liked a little bit, but I was going to do a Let's Play of it and then just didn't do it. So I just stopped playing it and haven't come back. Then we have a couple more Platinums, and that is The Last of Us Part 1 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Both games I like a lot. Well, I like Last of Us a lot, so getting the Platinum for Part 1, the story there was great. And I enjoy my time with Rift Apart, but I do agree it is kind of a weak Ratchet & Clank game. Still a lot of fun, though. still recommend it. Then you have Pac-Man World Repack, which I enjoy, but I mainly just wanted to buy this one in hopes that Bandai Namco remake Pac-Man World 2. That was the game I played a lot as a kid, and I want to play that game again. Or I at least want a more accessible way of playing that game, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Then we have another Adult Nod game that is Jusant, which is just a cool, awesome, relaxing climbing game. And I'll eventually go back to it. I just have not done that. But great game. Still recommend it. There is Crash Bandicoot 2, a part of the Insane Trilogy. I like the game, and I do want the Platinum. And I'll get it at some point, just have not gotten around to that. Here's the PS4 version of GTA 5. Then we have Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, which I tried just because I like rhythm games, and that's it. Then we have 2K24 with barely anything done just because I don't like the recent games, but I still gave it a chance anyway. Then we have the game Let's Sing 2024, which is just a Sony-made karaoke game. I didn't know it existed, but I saw a couple copies marked down at Walmart for like barely over $10, and it came with each copy came with 2 USB mics that work with Rock Band, and that was the only reason I bought them. Was just so I actually had good handheld mics for Rock Band. And yeah, but I tried the game out, and it's fun. It's super generous and lenient with its karaoke system. But yeah, it works, and I had a good time. And now we have another Platinum, and that is the PS5 version of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. And yeah, again, one of my favorite games ever. I love this game so much. And I do have footage and a script started that I do want to finish. I want to get that video out at some point. I just got to actually finish the video. But yeah, love the game. Got the Platinum. Then we have Rock Band 3, which, again, I like rhythm games. I really like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, so that's there. Then I finally got around to starting Jedi Fallen Order again. I originally started it on Xbox, and then I just haven't got around to going back to it on PlayStation, but I did start it. Then we have Astro's Playroom, which is up here because, obviously, the 4 bots that they released as a free update leading into the release of Astrobot, the full game. I got all those, got the 100% back, and yeah, there's that. They have Guitar Hero 5 and the Rock Band Classic Rock Track Pack. Then we have the Grinch Christmas Adventures, which is super jank. It's super jank, but I actually had a good amount of fun with it, and you can tell that there was at least some effort put into it. Even if, again, it's super jank. Like I said, I had a good time with it, and I do actually like the story of how the Grinch stole Christmas. Which, if you want to just read the entire original Dr. Seuss story, it's in the game, included. I mean, they'll tell you that entire story while you're playing the game, but you can also just open the book digitally in the game, which is cool. Then we have Lego Rock Band, which I jumped back into to finally really progress through the story mode of the game, which I hadn't really done before. Then we have Uncharted Drake's Fortune on the PS3, which originally I started Uncharted, the original trilogy in 2015 when I first saw a trailer for Uncharted 4. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. So that really made me buckle down, go back to the trilogy on PS3, finish the stories, which I did, but I didn't do anything else. I just put the games on easy, played through the stories as fast as I could, and then I played Uncharted 4. But yeah, I went back to Drake's Fortune, did everything but the Crushing Trophy, and I will go back and get that at some point. I just decided to put the game down, and at least temporarily. Then I jumped back into the PS3 version of Uncharted 2, and I know, again, hot take, Uncharted 2 improves on everything about the first game, and for some reason, I just don't like it as much. I know, again, hot take. I hate to keep doing it, because I'm not doing it intentionally, but yeah. That's how I feel. And the thing is, like I said, I know literally everything about the first game is improved in 2. And I do like 2 a lot. But I think it comes down to the shooting. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the way the shooting feels. Like the aiming and the shooting. I don't like the way it feels in 2. Like, I can't fully explain it, but that's one of the reasons, at least, is for some reason I like the way the shooting feels in Drake's Fortune. It feels, at least to me, it feels good, responsive, and snappy, and like I can easily just walk up, pull out my gun, aim quickly, and like get a headshot. And I know if I put my cursor over somebody's head, it's a headshot. But so many times I've done exactly that on Uncharted 2, and it'll say like either miss or like it hit him in the body somehow when it was like directly on their head, and like I don't know. Like the shooting on Uncharted 2 sometimes just infuriates me. But regardless, then we have the remake of Epic Mickey. I got it, started it, I liked the game, I just, again, put it down and have it come back to it. And then we have the PS5 version of What Remains of Edith Finch, which has more than just 100%, it has a Platinum Trophy. And that one, even though I have the 100% in the original PS4 version, I just felt like playing it again, and I learned, oh, the PS5 version has a Platinum. Okay, I want to play the game anyway, so I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And then my plan was to actually buy the game again, because I figured the PS5 version would be I don't know. I figured I'd be able to buy the PS5 version, but obviously that's not how that works on most things with the PS5. Is if it's got a version, both a PS4 and PS5 version, basically every single time, if not every single time, you have access to both. And you just have to decide which one to download. But I downloaded it, the PS5 version, got the Platinum, played it again, and I love it. Still love it. So yeah, there's that. Then we have Saints Row 4, which I jumped into for a little bit because I bought it for really cheap digitally. It was like a couple of dollars. So there's that. I like Saints Row, but I don't love Saints Row. Started it, and I will go back to it at some point. I just have not done that. Then we have Harmonix's game, Amplitude, specifically the remake. Obviously, it's not the PS2 original. But Amplitude 2016, I like it, and I want to play more, but I'm so new to this style that I really have to like actually sit down and just learn it. But from what I've played, I do like. Then we have the remake of Until Dawn, another game you could argue shouldn't have been remade. I know, and I'm not helping because I bought it full priced, actually. I know. Though, to be fair, they didn't do an upgrade path for this one, so there's also that. Because it's technically a remake and not remastered. But whatever, yeah. I had a good time playing through it again, and I played through the story a couple of times again, but yeah. I'll get the Platinum eventually. Then we have Star Wars Outlaws, which I started. I enjoyed a little bit, but just put down and haven't come back to it. My story with most Ubisoft games. Then we have The Unfinished Swan, the first game from developers Giant Sparrow, who made What Remains of Edith Finch. I started it, like it, again, I just need to go back to it. Then we have the Platinum for Lost Words Beyond the Page, which is a game that I love so much. I really do love this game. And I really want to know if Sketchbook Games, the dev team, are still around, and if they are, what are they working on next? Because I love this game. Then we have Life is Strange Double Exposure, which I started. I started episode 2, but then again just put it down, which is crazy because normally Life is Strange games, that doesn't happen. I normally play through those and like, that's all I'm playing and thinking about. But yeah, I'll get back to Double Exposure at some point, just not now. Then we have a bunch of Assassin's Creed games in a row because I was originally going to do a series. I planned it, had the list of everything written out, and I was going to do a series where I would try and earn at least one trophy in every single PS4 game that I owned physically. And I started, got every single Assassin's Creed game done, earned a trophy in every single one that I owned physically, and ended up just not liking the idea. Playing through all Assassin's Creed games in a row trying to earn a trophy burned me the fuck out, and I just decided to not do that video idea. But then we have the game Jeopardy! It's Jeopardy! I wanted to play Jeopardy! There we go. Then we have the game Smells Like a Mushroom, which I put some time into, and I do enjoy it. But I was getting a little bit ragey at the time, and decided to put it down. And that is all. Then we have Crash 4, which I just kind of periodically jump back into occasionally. I guess periodically says that. Yeah, I just periodically jump back into it. I like it, but I don't want to drive myself insane. So, yeah. There's that. Then we have another rhythm game, Spin Rhythm XD. I like it, but I'm still not very good, so I still have to learn it more. Then we have Drake's Fortune Remastered, which, like I said, I went back into the speedrun trophies for it. That's why it's further up here. Then we have Crash Bandicoot Warped, which I jumped back into and earned something. I don't remember what, but I earned something. Then we have Spider-Man 2018. I've got the Platinum, as you can see, and I went back and finally finished and got the 100% for the second DLC pack, so now all I have to do is finish up that last DLC pack, the Silver Sable one, and then I'll have the 100% finally. Then we have Uncharted 4 up here, which I've had the Platinum for a while. I think it was actually my 10th Platinum, but I finally decided to try out Survival, and I got some of those trophies before putting it down. Then we have Red Dead Redemption 2, which I finally decided to try it. I like it. I just haven't got around to going back to it. Then we have Infinity Nikki, which I was on board for right away because it was just like a super cute game. That's it. It's a cute game. It's a cute game and I like cute things. That's about it. But then we have Life is Strange 2 and Life is Strange PS3. I just finally... I played Life is Strange 2 back in 2020 for the first time, and I liked it. But I just decided to finally go back and get all the collectibles to get the Platinum, and I did. And then I just really wanted to... I was actually looking on PSN profiles, and I saw that I had the opportunity to actually have every single Life is Strange game platinumed. And I was like, oh, that would be really cool. And if there was ever one series that I could and felt like I should do that for, it would be Life is Strange. So that is something I plan on doing at some point, and I went and did Life is Strange 1 on the PS3 just because I also wanted to play it again. And I did, and I still love it. Still my favorite game. Then we have the PS5 release of Jak and Daxter The Precursor Legacy, which I don't know what it is. I felt like the game just didn't feel... There was something about the way the game was playing that didn't feel quite right to me. So I ended up putting it down in Spider Caves, and I just haven't come back to it. I will at some point, especially since I know the game actually did get an update fairly recently. So we'll see if that changed anything. But yeah, I'll go back to it. I know the game. I could platinum it basically with my eyes closed. So yeah, I'll go back and finish it at some point. We have Bugsnax, which I just also finally decided to start and try, and I enjoyed it. I did. Then we have Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, which I played early in 2024. When it first came out, I decided to let that be my second playthrough of the game that I felt like I needed to give it. And I appreciated it way more the second time, though I did still like it the first time. And then by the end of the year, I decided to go back and finally just finish it. So there's that. And I've also done a little bit of No Return as well, but not very much. Then I went and did some more of Legacy of Thieves, Uncharted, the PS5 version of that, which has Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4 together. I did some more of that. I will be honest, this is one of the very few times I actually auto-popped some stuff. I played through Uncharted 4 again and got a lot of the trophies and decided auto pop whatever else would auto pop, knowing full well that the entire thing, like the platinum, would not auto pop. So, because like I've never done that. I've never auto popped a trophy, but I did auto pop some of the trophies here. So now I just gotta go back and finish up some of the other miscellaneous stuff, and then also finish up Lost Legacy again. But then we have EA Sports College Football 25. And this is one where I originally wasn't gonna get it. Like, I only got this game just because I was curious. Because, like, oh, it's been 11 years, right? Can EA even remotely make a fun football game again? Especially a fun college game again? And the answer I have is kind of... To me, it feels more fun than Madden, but not as fun as the old games. At least not as much fun as I remember having the old games. Which I guess is a big key point there. But also, it's a super easy trophy list, so I did decide just to go for the platinum anyway. So, I got it for that reason. But if you do like college football, it's an okay time. To me, it feels like this weird mix of, like, the later NCAAs and current Madden. It's like this in-between, where, like, it feels better than Madden, but like I said, it doesn't feel, at least to me, as good as the older NCAAs. But again, it can still be a good time if you like it. Then we have the Beatles Rock Band, which I finally decided to, like, just get, because, like, there's a bunch of copies out in the wild, and I kept seeing copies of it at local game stores, or kind of local game stores, for like $5. So I'm like, okay, I'll finally get it, and I did. And yeah, I played through the story mode, earned the trophy Day Tripper for finishing the career in 24 hours. But that's all I did really. I haven't done anything else. But then we have the Platinum for Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves, PS5. You see the 100% there. I have done it. So there's that. And this is actually at a point now where I wanted to start a year-long video series where I document a journey of earning a platinum earning at least one platinum in every month of the year. Because last year I've earned because last year I earned more platinums than I ever have in 1 year. But I was just curious to see, could I actually buckle down and earn a platinum in every single month? Because I've never done that before. And so that's kind of my challenge for this year. And I've done it so far, because we have Sly 3, and I was going to do Sly 2, but I just wasn't having as much fun with it this time around as I normally do, so I just put it down. But as you can see, I do have my one for February is the Saints Row reboot, Saints Row 2022. And I know people don't like this game. I had a lot of fun with the game. I didn't take it seriously at all. But I just had a bunch of stupid fun, and it worked for me. It clicked with me, so I liked it. And I actually got the DLC because of how much I liked it, too. But, like, yeah, I liked the LARPing, especially. Like I said with True Colors, Life is Strange True Colors. I liked the LARPing there. I liked the LARPing sections here. And, yeah, I like the game. What can I say? I'm full of hot takes, apparently. Again, not intentional. I'm being honest, But then I decided to... So, Cosmic Shake, SpongeBob Cosmic Shake is here again because I had been wanting to play Battle for Bikini Bottom again, but I also knew that they ended up releasing a PS5 version of Cosmic Shake. So I just decided to play that again. Because the gameplay's really similar. I'll get the itch of playing Battle for Bikini Bottom again through Cosmic Shake. And yeah, so there's that. And I've been working through that. Then I have the Stanley Parable, which again, I decided to finally just buy and try. And yeah, it's cool. Then we have Astrobot. I already had the Platinum very shortly after release. But I have been keeping up with the free DLC releases, If I click on it, we have the speedrun levels 100%ed. I have Winter Wonder 100%ed, and I've got the first couple of levels for Vicious Void completed as well. And I know there are 3 more. And the next one comes out in just a couple of days upon recording this. And then, the last thing on the list, most recent, is Lost Records Bloom and Rage, the newest game from Don't Nod, and the first game from Don't Nod's new studio, Don't Nod Montreal. And of course, it is the same team behind Life is Strange and Life is Strange 2. And I've been super excited for this game since I first saw it announced at the Game Awards a couple years ago. And I've been loving it so far. It's so good. I love it. I love the girls. Like, they're just, I love it. And I can't wait to play more. It's so good. Yeah. But that's it. I won't gush too much about it. I love it. Highly recommend it. Tape 1 is out now, and then Tape 2 comes out in April, which you can buy, or if you have PS Plus, you can also, or if you have PS Plus, you can get that either discounted for, I think, a lower PS Plus tier, or if you have, I don't know what tier, but if you have one of the other tiers, I only have the bottom tier. If you have one of the other tiers, you can just play it for free. So there's that. But it's also on everything else if you decide to play on something that's not PlayStation. And yeah, that's it. That is my entire PlayStation trophy collection. I don't have much else to say. I went through the entire thing. It's somehow, at 2 hours, it is still shorter than the first time I tried recording this. So you know what? I'll take it. But, like I said, I don't have much else to say. That is my entire trophy collection, talked about as succinctly as I can. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some insight in there. And if you have anything to add, if you want to share any trophy hunting stuff or achievement hunting stuff, I don't discriminate. Trophy hunting, achievement hunting, Steam achievements, retro achievement site, even though personally I don't like retro achievements website. Like, most of the lists I've seen on there I just don't vibe with. Whatever, that's a different conversation. Regardless, talk about achievements, trophies, whatever. Do that in the comments. Love to hear any stories that you have, but that was my entire trophy collection. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment below, share it on social media, do all that good stuff. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.